ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds, who look really good.
Hello everyone and welcome to the campus of Holy Ghost Prep, where we have live coverage of baseball action between the Firebirds of Holy Ghost Prep and the Friars of Malvern Prep. The weather is 83 degrees and sunny today for today's game, providing perfect baseball weather as the Firebirds will be in the field first, and Malvern Prep looks to get off to the fast start against them. The Friars come in at 8-1 and the Firebirds 5-3 on a 4-game win streak. The first of the 4 games on that win streak came on our last broadcast. The second of those 4. Let me restart. They won the first game of the 4 on March 30th, came against Northeast, an 11-1 win. Then again, April 4th against Archbishop Ryan on a 12-8 win. And they followed that up on the very next day with a walk-off win in dramatic fashion against William Penn Charter 3-2 on the 5th. And for a third straight game, won against Ben Salem on the 6th, 8-3. So that is your 4-game win streak for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds. They were in the field first. Friars are up to bat first, and we'll see who gets off to a quick start in this 7-inning game. Alright. So again, current stats are on the screen from the Firebirds' last 4 games, final scores, and the win-loss result. So before today's game starts, a quick shout out to HGPTV for running our broadcast, getting the tech stuff all up and ready to go, and just being overall good support for the broadcast team. So the Friars at the plate to start today's game with number 9, John Holt. Holt getting the start at third base today. He'll face off against DeLuca. And the first pitch of the game, down low and taken for a strike by Holt. And DeLuca up in the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from DeLuca is up high for ball 1, and the count evens up at 1-1. The count to Holt. DeLuca, and it's in the dirt, almost got the foot of Holt. Umpire says no, and it counts now 2-1. The 2 balls, 1 strike to the third baseman, John Holt. DeLuca getting the start for the Firebirds today. And the 2-1 pitch, taken low again for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike to count to Holt. And the pitch. Take it inside for ball 4. Holt works a walk, and the Friars have a man on to start today's game. And that brings up Tim Dickinson. Dickinson, the lefty, waiting the first pitch from DeLuca. And he takes down low and inside for ball 1. Dickinson getting the start at second base today, batting second. DeLuca throws back to first. Nearly a balk, but not called. And the first check back of the game goes against Holt, who got back safely. The Firebirds had 13 checkoffs in our last broadcast win. And the first one of today's game by DeLuca. And that one taken down the middle for a strike, ending the 5-pitch ball streak for DeLuca. So the count evens at 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. DeLuca throws in the dirt. And Holt forced to go back, and he thought about stealing on the pitch. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Dickinson. Hold on first after the walk, nobody out, and 1 man on. They check back to first again. And again, Holt safe. Holt steals. And on the 2-1, this pitch is a little high, and Holt will get to second safely. And the Firebirds couldn't corral the throwdown. But yet again, Holt gets into second safely on the first steal attempt of the game. So a man on second, nobody out for Malvern in the top of the first inning. DeLuca waiting for his sign. He gets it. Now he takes a step back off the mound. DeLuca now has the right sign. Looks back to second for a moment. Throws home. The pitch is a ground ball foul. And that's strike 2 on Dickinson. Three balls, 2 strikes on the full count to the second baseman, Dickinson. DeLuca checks back twice and throws home. Pitch swung on, popped up, right field side. Coming in on it is a core, and he makes the catch. Holt thought about tagging, now he's forced to go back, and the Firebirds force an out, and there's now 1 out and a man on second for Malvern. So Cord makes the catch in right field for HGP, and that brings up Trey Tiffin, the designated hitter for Malvern. Tiffin ready. DeLuca finds run down the middle for strike 1. Oh, 1 the count from DeLuca. And the pitch to Tiffin. Swung on. Got under it. Right center field is carrying to the wall, and it's gone. 2-run home run for the designated hitter Trey Tiffin, and Malvern strikes first in the top of the first. It's 2-0 Friars. So Trey Tiffin, the senior D1 commit to Elon, puts the Friars up top 2-0 in the top of the first inning. And that brings up the cleanup hitter Mason Clark at catcher today. And the first pitch taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Mason Clark. Pitch swung on, fouled. It stays fair. Freeman throws to first, and it's caught in time for out number 2. It initially looked like a foul ball. It was chopped and popped up right at home plate, but it was ruled fair, and there's now 2 outs on the top of the first. And the left fielder, Jake Bauer, comes to the plate. First pitch taken low for a ball. The 1-0 swung on, popped foul off the top of the cage. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Bauer. DeLuca ready, and the 1-1. Taken down the middle for strike 2. DeLuca still eagerly searching for his first strikeout of the game. Looking to get one here on the 1-2 count to Bauer. And the 1-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bauer. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. DeLuca works a strikeout to end the inning, but 2 runs score on the 2-run shot by Trey Tiffin, the designated hitter, and the Friars lead it 2-0 after 1/2 of an inning, with the Firebirds coming up led off by Aiden Robbins. So Aiden Robbins, the center fielder, leading us off for HGP in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch taken down the middle for strike one. And the 0-1 pitch to Robbins. Up high for ball one. And a big swing and a miss for strike two on the third pitch, and they count now 1-2 to Robbins.
Can't see because it's bright out here, but
And the 1-2 pitch. Taken in the dirt for ball two. So DJ Peterson getting the start on the mound for Malvern Prep today. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Robbins, leadoff hitter.
17-1. Only lost extra innings.
Peterson ready. And the 2-2 pitch to Robbins. Taken just a bit outside for ball 3, and the count now full on the first hitter of the game for the Firebirds.
I can believe that. In 5 days? I can believe that. You guys play all year round.
And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Robbins. And there's out number 1, recorded by the Friars defense. So that brings up the left fielder Acosta. Acosta ready to go against Peterson. And the first pitch of the at-bat, swung on ground ball over the right side. Fielded by first and goes to first by himself. An unassisted ground out. Recorded by Tay Davis of Malvern Prep. And Acosta grounds out for out number 2. And it's now the right fielder Record coming to the plate.
Really? Who? Which one? Who? Him? The umpire? First baseman? Get out, for real?
First pitch to Record, swung on and missed for strike 1. Again, DJ Peterson on the mound to start for Malvern Prep.
I would assume they're all good.
2 outs, no men on for the Firebirds. And Accord again chases one in the dirt for ball or strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Accord. The 0-2 on the way from Peterson. Taken low for ball 1.
We're not even in the middle.
1-2 the count to Accord.
Not Sunday. Tuesday.
And the delivery from Peterson. Taken low again, and that's called strike 3. It's a drop third strike, and Accord's thrown out at first. 2 strikeouts for DJ Peterson in the bottom of the first inning, and he goes 1-2-3 for the Firebirds, tip of the lineup. So through 1 inning, it's the Friars 2, the Firebirds none, and the Friars coming back up in the second. So leading off in the top of the second inning is the right fielder Jackson Simcoe from Malvern Prep. DeLuca ended the first inning with a strikeout, looking to continue to do the same against Simcoe. And the first pitch, Simcoe chases for strike one. No balls, one strike to Simcoe. 2-0 Friars lead on the home run by Trey Tiffin. The 0-1 on the way. In the dirt for ball one, and the count evens at 1-1. One ball, one strike to Jackson Simcoe. Pitch from DeLuca. Taking a tad high for ball two. Two 2-1 the count. And the pitch. In the dirt for ball three. The 3-1 pitch. In the dirt for ball four. And the leadoff man walks for the second straight inning. So that walk brings up the first baseman, Tague Davis. Davis into the box. DeLuca ready. And the first pitch is in the dirt. Freeman with a good block. And I'll throw it back to DeLuca. So Tague Davis' father, Ben Davis, was a professional catcher. He played for 6 seasons from 1998 to 2004 for the Padres, Mariners, and White Sox. So Davis, coming from a good baseball family, looking to prove it here with a 1-0 count. DeLuca throws it back. And Simcoe got back safely. Simcoe takes a lead off first. DeLuca throws it back. It goes away. Simcoe's going to take second easily. Or almost not as easily as I thought it was going to. And the throw goes to second. But Simcoe back in time. A great play by Amaya to get the ball to second and force the issue for Simcoe to get there. Made it a way closer play than it probably would have been for any other first baseman. But once again, a man on second, nobody out to start the inning for Malvern. One ball, no strikes to count to Tague Davis. The pitch from DeLuca. And it's taken high for ball two. The count to Davis. DeLuca looks back to second and take a step back off the mound. Now comes back to his original spot. The 2-0 pitch. And the dirt ball three. And stealing is Simcoe. No throw to third. And Malvern has a man on third and nobody out. Three balls, no strikes to count to Tague Davis. Simcoe on third. After the walk, a wild throw to first gave him second. And then a stolen base just now to get to third. The 3-0 swung on, hit well to right, and that one is gone. Tague Davis goes deep to right field. Back-to-back innings with a 2-run shot for Malvern. This one with nobody out, and it's 4-0 Malvern Prep. And Tague Davis looking like a pro, as his father did, to go yard into right. So 4-0 Malvern Prep leads. And Jack Stead, the shortstop, comes to the plate.
That was number 2 hitter? No, the one that just hit it. The number 2 hitter. So this is the third hitter. I didn't see that. Oh.
Stead ready again. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Right field side. Coming in is a cord, and he lets it falls. Just foul on right. So no balls, 1 strike to Jack Stead.
You all seniors on this team? No.
Stead ready for the 0-1 from DeLuca. No man on and 2 out to the 2-run shot by Tage Davis. And the 0-1 swung on line drive, left field. It's a base hit, and Malvern has another man on, and it's thrown back in quickly from left field. As Acosta got it in, as Jack Stead gets to first on the no-out single. And now it's a 9-hitter, the center fielder Grant Kennedy coming to the plate, with still nobody out and a man on first. And the first pitch taken in the dirt. DeLuca will come off the back of the mound and take a momentary breather, and now he's back into his original spot.
How many 10th graders? Not 10th graders? 3? And your grandson's 1. So he don't play much, right? Yeah.
Kennedy ready. And the pitch taken at the bottom of the zone. And it's called for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch taken low and throw to second, not in time to get the stealing Stead. So Stead with a stolen base, the third of the game by Malvern Prep. And they have man in scoring position again with nobody out. Kennedy ready again. DeLuca looks back. And the pitch taken high. So Stead sitting on second after the single and then the stolen base. And we'll have a brief mound visit as Freeband and the Firebirds coaching staff will go out to take a look at DeLuca and to have a talk with DeLuca. So 4-0 Malvern Prep leads here midway through the top of the second inning. DeLuca has a strikeout, but still nobody out here in the top of the second. So during this mound visit, it's now come to a conclusion. We have to apologize for the lag around the home plate camera. We're trying to fix it before the end of the broadcast, but there is a little bit of it at the moment. DeLuca stays on the mound for the moment for the Firebirds. A man on second, nobody out. 4-0 Malvern leads. And a pitch from DeLuca. Taken inside. And that's ball 4 as Freeband will look back Stead at second. First and second, nobody out for Malvern. It's a leadoff hitter, John Holt, who walked his first time up. DeLuca back into his stance. Holt ready. And the first pitch of the at-bat is taken in the dirt. Freeband another good block to hold both men on first and second. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Holt. DeLuca looks back to second, to first, and goes home. Both runners steal. Freeban throws to the third. Not in time. And the double steal works successfully. Second and third now, nobody out for DeLuca and the Firebirds. Holt ready again. He walked his first time up. And the pitch taken low for ball 2. DeLuca gets his sign from first. And the pitch taken high again for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Holt. Second and third, nobody out for Malvern, who leads 4-0. And the pitch from DeLuca. Taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. And the count now full to Holt.
Is he a pitcher or he's a hitter? No, he's a player. So he doesn't play much either, man.
DeLuca has his sign. And now he comes off the mound. And DeLuca has his new sign. And the payoff pitch. Check swing, and he went. To drop third strike opportunity, and Freeban will tag him along the first base line. And that's the first out recorded by the Fibers in the top of the second. And the second strikeout by DeLuca. So both teams now at 2 strikeouts, or both pitchers now at 2 strikeouts as DeLuca and Peterson even up. So 1 out, men on second and third for Malvern. It's Tim Dickinson who popped out his first time up back at the plate. DeLuca into his stance. And the pitch. Taken in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Tim Dickinson, the second baseman. It's Steading Kennedy on second and third for Malvern. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt again. Two balls, no strikes, the count to Dickinson. DeLuca back into his spot on the mound. Fibers looking to work out of a jam. Trailing 4-0 here in the second. The pitch taken high for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, the count. DeLuca. Throws it low, and that's ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Now second mound visit of the inning, and this will bring in the infield. So 4-0 Malvern Prep leads with the bases loaded and 1 out. And that'll be it for DeLuca. So a 2 strikeout performance for DeLuca. And Tom McGinley will come out to try to cool off Malvern Prep. So we'll take a quick break. It's 4-0 Malvern Prep in the top of the second inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. So Tom McGinley's first pitch of his relief outing is taken low for ball 1. And the second pitch taken inside, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to Trey Tiffin, who had a 2-run home run to get the scoring started for Malvern Prep. And a strong ground ball just foul on the left field side. And a strike 1 in the at-bat. A 4-0 Malvern Prep in top of the second inning. Bases loaded and 1 out. Tom McGinley on the mound in relief. And a 2-1 pitch swung on, chopped over to third. Tags the bag, throws home, and Freeman applies a tag there. Your typical 1-5-1 double play, and the Firebirds work out of the jam in the top of the second. 4-0 your score. Malvern Prep leads to 1.5 innings. The Firebirds coming up with Matt Goldenbaum, the designated hitter, leading us off. So Matt Goldenbaum lead the Firebirds off here in the bottom of the second inning. And Malvern will have a quick mound visit to start the bottom of the second. DJ Peterson, who struck out 2 in the first inning, comes back in. So a long inning for Malvern. They get out 2 runs after having the bases loaded and 1 out. But again, a long inning that could ice the pitcher. And the Firebirds are going to take advantage of DJ Peterson. The first pitch goes to the cleanup hitter, Matt Goldenbaum, and it's taken high for ball 1. One oh the count to Goldenbaum. Looking to have an offensive spark for HGP. And the pitch. So on line foul on the right field side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Golden Bomb. Peterson ready again. And throws high. 2-1 the count now to the D1 commit Golden Bomb. And now Peterson take a quick step off. Will quickly return to his spot. The pitch to Golden Bomb. Swung on, fouled back. And the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Matt Golden Bomb. And the pitch from Peterson. Taken down the middle for strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Peterson, as 3 of the 4 outs recorded by the Friars defense had been via the strikeout. Hit for Golden Bomb, strikeouts to shortstop Gongla coming to the plate. And the pitch from Peterson taken down the middle for a strike. Pitch to Gongla, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes to Gongla, who's down the count quickly. Peterson in hurry-up mode. Goes for a 3rd pitch. And a 3-pitch strikeout to Gonglik. So back-to-back strikeouts for DJ Peterson. And the Firebirds now have 2 outs and no men on yet again for the first baseman, Amadi. Amadi ready again. Pitch swung on, fouled back off the top of the cage. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Amadi. Pitch. Taking a little inside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, the count to the first baseman, Amadi. And it's taken in the dirt for ball 2.
That's not a name to me. Those are initials.
2-1 the count. And Peterson throws pitch number 4. It's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now Peterson and Mason Clark will talk in between the mound and home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes to Amadi. Clark back to his spot behind home plate. Peterson ready again. And the 2-2 pitch from Peterson. Just a little inside for ball 3. And the count now full.
You know what I'm saying? I know that.
3 ball, 2 strike, full count to the first baseman, Amadi. The pitch from Peterson. And strike 3 called at the bottom of the zone. Peterson lights out, has struck out the side. He is now 5 strikeouts out of the 6 total recorded outs by Malvern Prep. 6 men up, 6 men down for HGP. On the other hand, Malvern Prep looking to extend a 4-0 lead. Here's we go to the top of the 3rd, and it'll be Mason Clark leading it off. So Tom McGinley remains on the mound for HGP. He worked into a double play with the bases loaded and 1 out in the last inning, looking to do some more heroics here in the second to keep the lead at 4-0. It's the cleanup hitter Mason Clark leading it off. He grounded out his first time up. And the first pitch to the second at-bat is a little high for ball 1. The 1-0, swing and a miss, fouled back. Or sorry, swung on and fouled back.
So the team they played had to be good too then, right?
1 ball, 1 strike to Clark. McGinley back to his stance, and the 1-1. Swung ground ball, foul on the left field side. And the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And the fourth pitch to the at-bat is a little high from McGinley, and the count evens at 2-2.
Yeah, but I wasn't really good.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Clark.
It was for me.
And the 2-2 pitch, swung on ground ball over to third. Bobble play, throws to first. Got him. Amadi got it with a great play to keep his foot on the bag. And an even better play by Kalak over at third to stay with the ball that bounced off the top of his glove. So a grounder to lead off the inning for Mason Clark. And that brings up the left fielder, Jake Bauer. The first pitch taken a little low and inside. McGinley has recorded outs in the last 2 batters he's faced, totaling 3 outs after a double play to end the top of the second inning. Second pitch to the at-bat is grounded foul on the right field side. So McGinley ready. And the pitch to Bauer. Taken strike 3, dropped third strike, free band throws to first, and he got him easily. The first strikeout of the game for Tom McGinley is the second strikeout of the game for Jake Bauer. And there's now 2 outs on the top of the third. The first pitch of the at-bat for Simcoe is taken for a strike. Simcoe walks his first time up. We're going to give an offensive spark to Malvern Prep here in the top of the third. And the 0-1 is taken high for ball 1. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Simcoe, the right fielder. McGinley into his stance. And the pitch taken down the middle for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to from Tom McGinley to Jackson Simcoe. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got, that's strike 2, pardon me. I had the count wrong, so that is strike 2. And the count now 2-2. McGinley looking for back-to-back strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch just missed inside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the full count to Jackson Simcoe. And the payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. And Simcoe will provide the first runner of the inning for Malvern Prep. All right. So a man on first, 2 outs for Malvern Prep here in the top of the 3rd. And it's Tage Davis, who had a 2-run home run his last time up, coming back to the plate. They check back to first, and Simcoe got back in time. Davis with 2 RBIs already, looking to extend that. And again, McGinley back to first. Look back, Simcoe. And again, not in time. The Firebirds had a lot of pickoff attempts in the last game, but they had a 4 out of 13 success rate.
That was in Florida? So it was a Florida team?
Davis still waiting for his first pitch. And he takes it a bit inside for ball 1.
Why are they playing Florida for? Where to play? The weather. Oh. I can know the other school playing Florida. Oh.
1-0 pitch. Grounded foul, and Simcoe was stealing, but he's forced to go back on the foul ball.
Pays for it, the school.
McGinley ready again. And the pitch. Taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Tage Davis. McGinley looks back for a 3rd time. And Simcoe back safely with a 3rd time. And the pitch from McGinley. And that's down the middle, strike 3. McGinley strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Firebirds work out at the top of the 3rd, only allowing 1 runner. That was a third baseman, Kalak, leading off for the Firebirds in the bottom of the third. HGP's looking for their first base runner of the game. And the pitch from Peterson taken down low. The 1-ball, no strike pitch. Swung on, foul back. And the count evens at 1-1. Peterson has recorded 5 of the 6 outs so far for the Friars defense via the strikeout. Looking to do it again on the 1-1 count. And it's taken inside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, the count. Kalak, the third baseman at the plate. And the 2-1 swung on, popped foul off the top of the cage. Two balls, 2 strikes to Kalak. And delivery from Peterson. Swung, popped up, shallow left into the infield, and caught. There's a shortstop, Jack Stead, making the catch, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the third. So that brings up the sophomore KJ Freeband. He's getting the start of catcher today. And Freeband pops him up the top of the cage for strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike pitch from Peterson. And taken or a strike at the bottom of the zone by KJ Freeband. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. And the pitch from Peterson. Taken for strike 3. Peterson's 6th strikeout of the game. Freeband down on 3 pitches. And that brings up a second baseman, Noah McDermott. McDermott, the 9-hitter, looking to avoid the Firebirds going 0 for through the first trip around the horn. The first pitch taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to the second baseman, Noah McDermott. And the 0-1 taken inside for ball 1. 1-1 the pitch. Taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. McDermott looking to be the first base runner of the game for the Firebirds. And they swung on ground ball off the mound over to short. Ground ball play, got him. Jack Stead records 2 of the outs in the inning. And once again, the Firebirds go hitless to the 3rd straight. We're at the top of the 4th. That's Malvern Prep coming back up, and Jack Stead, the defensive hero in the bottom of the 3rd, leading it off. So leading it off in the top of the fourth is a shortstop, Jack Stead, who grounds one foul on the first pitch. So no balls and 1 strike to Stead. And McGinley, that one's popped over near the mound. McGinley gets called off, and Amadi makes the catch. So 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And that brings up the center fielder, Grant Kennedy, who walks his first time up. McGinley into his stance. And the first pitch taken a little high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, the count to Grant Kennedy. And the second pitch taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Pitch from McGinley. Taken for strike 2. One, 2 the count from McGinley. Pitch swung on and missed. Oh, yeah, pardon me, that is strike 2. So the count was 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a 2-2 pitch from McGinley. Swing and a miss, he got him. McGinley with his 3rd strikeout. And the Firebirds have now 2 outs and no men on. And the leadoff hitter, John Holt, comes back to the plate, who has walked twice. And the first pitch taken into the knees for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Holt. Taken high for ball 1. One the pitch. Taken for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to John Holt, the 3rd baseman. McGinley looking for his 4th strikeout. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped, high bouncer, played at 3rd, throw to 1st, and it's high and wide. And on a throwing error, John Holt will reach first base safely. And now it's Tom Dickinson, the 2nd baseman. So men on first, 2 outs for Malvern Prep here in the top of the 4th. The first pitch of the at-bat, ground ball back to McGinley, who dropped it, the mound. And all runners will be safe at 1st and 2nd as Tom Dickinson forces a fielding error at the mound. And now the Firebirds in dangerous position with Trey Tiffin, the designated hitter, coming to the plate, who is 1 for 2 with a home run. He opened the scoring in the top of the 1st inning for Malvern Prep with a 2-run shot. And he looks to do it again and blow the game open in the top of the 4th. And the first pitch from McGinley taken inside. Tiffin ready for his 1-0. McGinley into his stance. Looks back to second. And the pitch. Taken low, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to count. And the pitch. Taken low, ball 3. Two men on is John Holt and Tom Dickinson on second and first. Again, looking to work out of a jam just like he did in the second inning. He looks both runners back, doesn't give a throw. Now back to his original stance. 3 balls, no strikes to count to Trey Tiffin, who has a 2-run home run his first time up, and then hit 2 double play. And the pitch swung on, hit well, left center field. It's going to carry, and it is gone again. Trey Tiffin, his second home run of the game. This one a 3-run shot, and he has blown the game wide open at the top of the 4th inning. It's 7-0. So now the base is empty and 2 outs. It's Mason Clark, the cleanup hitter, who started the inning back at the plate. Sorry, starting the last inning. Clark ready. And the pitch taken low. McGinley ready at the mound again. The pitch taken low again for ball 2. And the pitch taken up and in. And that one catches the side of the helmet of Mason Clark. And it's a hit by pitch with a man on first with still 2 outs.
He didn't want that. He wanted to get in there and pound one.
Pitch for the hit by pitch is now Jake Bauer, the left fielder, who has struck out twice, coming back to the plate. The pitch to Bauer, taken down the middle for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. McGinley looks back to first.
Good jump.
Runner steals, and he'll get in there safely with the 4th stolen base of the game for Malvern.
Oh, that's him?
So pinch running for Mason Clark is Andrew Peliciata. And Peliciata on second. Pitch from McGinley taken for a strike again. That's strike 2. McGinley looking for his 4th strikeout. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded foul on the left right field side. And there stays 2 strikes in the count. It's Andrew Policiata, the sophomore infielder, as the pinch runner on second from Mason Clark, who got hit by a pitch. Bauer ready at the plate, and the pitch from McGinley. Taken inside for another ball. McGinley looks the runner back on second, goes home, and swung on and missed. Tom McGinley gets out of the inning, but the damage is done by Malvern. A 3-run home run by Trey Tiffin, his second of the game, makes it 7-0 in the top of the 4th. We get to the bottom of the 4th. The Firebirds is looking for their first base runner, and it's Aiden Robbins looking to provide that. So the Firebirds come into the bottom of the 4th inning, still without a base runner through the first 3. But they have a top of the order in Robbins, Acosta, and Accord coming up. Robbins, the center fielder, struck out his first time up. And the first pitch taken for a strike from DJ Peterson, who has 6 strikeouts today. And the pitch again taken for a strike by Robbins. $7-0 Malvern Prep leads here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch taken for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Robbins. And it's swung on, grounded over to short. Glove hand play, throws to first again, and got him by a half step. A great play at short by Jack Stead, who's had a lot of activity so far today. And there's 1 out in the 4th for the Firebirds. Huh? So the first pitch of the bat to Acosta is taken low. Pitch Acosta swung on, shallow center field, and the perfect game is over as Acosta hits a single into center, and the Fibers have their first base runner of the game with a man on first and one out. Peterson back into his stance against the right fielder, now Cord, who struck out his first time up. And the pitch, taken in the dirt. Peterson back to the plate. Taking low again for ball 2. And stealing is Acosta. I don't get there sliding safely. So the Fibers have a man in scoring position. At the first base is the left fielder Acosta, sitting on second. Two balls, no strikes. The count to Accord. Pearson taking a while for his sign, now gets it. And the pitch. Taking in the dirt again for ball 3. 3-0 the count. And there'll be a brief mound visit for Malvern. The infield comes in. Peterson with a dominant 6 strikeouts. And the shutout so far, that was a no-hitter and perfect game before the last at-bat. So Core taking some practice swings at home plate. Peterson will remain on the mound for Malvern. Three balls, no strikes, the count to the right fielder Accord. Peterson ready. And the 3-0. And the dirt ball for a 4-pitch walk for Accord. They look back to second, and safe at second was Acosta, as he took a decent lead off second after the walk, and they almost picked him off. First and second for the Firebirds with one out, and it's the cleanup hitter Matt Goldenbaum coming to the plate. Goldenbaum struck out his first time up. And pitch taken a little inside for ball 1. And the second pitch taken up and in for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes the count. And the pitch from Peterson. Swung on, he got under it. Shallow center, dropping and caught. And there's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, as the catch was made in center field by Grant Kennedy. Especially with a fly out, as now Gonglick, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Gong will take ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Gonglick. First and second, 2 outs for HGP. Peterson looks back to second 3 times, and there's a balk. And Accord and Acosta both get in a scoring position now with men on second and third for HGP. Peterson's really first mistake of the game, and it's a balk to advance both runners. Gonglick ready. Peterson back into his stance. And the pitch. Taken low for ball 2. Two-0 the count to Gonglick. And pitch. Taken low for ball 3. Peterson looking to battle back with 2 men in scoring position for HGP. Amadi, the first baseman, in the on-deck circle. And a pitch to Gonglick. And it's taken outside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Gonglick, the second of the inning for Peterson. And there'll be a brief mound visit as Peterson and Mason Clark will talk it over going back to the mound. The bases are loaded with 2 outs for Amadi, and the Fibers have a chance to get back in this game. Amadi looking to get the Firebirds on the board here in the 4th. Peterson ready. And the first pitch of the at-bat. Taken low and in for ball 1. One to know the count to Amadi. And the pitch swung on, fouled off his own leg. And that's strike 1. And Amadi will walk it off. One ball, 1 strike to count. Peterson ready at the mound. And the pitch. Taken outside for ball 1, or ball 2, sorry. 2 balls and 1 strike to Gonglick. Or to Amadi. The 2-1 to Amadi. Small on ground ball, and that is going to be a great play at second. Throws to first, and he got him. What a great play by Tim Dickinson over at second base. And Malvern Prep keeps the Firebirds shut down and a score at 7-0. So we head through 4 innings. It's the Friars 7 and the Firebirds none. And we hit the top of the 5th. It'll be Jake Bauer leading it off. So it's Jackson Simcoe, the right fielder, leading it off for Malvern Prep here in the top of the 5th.
How could that be? She ain't got no right.
The pitch from McGinley is taken low for ball 1.
Wow.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The pitch to Simcoe is swung on and missed for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to Simcoe. McGinley ready on the mound. And the pitch taken inside for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Simcoe ready, and the pitch swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Baker now behind the plate for HGP. The pitch from McGinley, and it hit him. Who they call leaning. So it's neither. It hit the knob of the bat. A leaning could have been argued, but it doesn't matter. It's a foul ball. And the count is now 1-2.
From here it is, yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And taken for strike 3. McGinley with his 5th strikeout of the game. And there's 1 out here in the 5th. Pitcher Simcoe's strikeout is now Tage Davis at the plate. Davis with a home run and a strikeout in his first 2 plate appearances. Looking to get closer to the latter of the 2. And the 1-0 pitch to McGinley is taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike from McGinley to Tage Davis. Pitch from McGinley. Taken low for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike to Davis. And the pitch. Taken to the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and it's taken in the dirt for a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes from McGinley. Davis has a home run and a strikeout today. And the pitch from McGinley. Take it up, down and in for ball 4. And there's now a man on first and 1 out. There's now Jack Stead, the shortstop, coming to the plate.
So he plays here and there?
Stead 1 for 2 today with a single and a pop out, and he takes a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat. Davis sits on first. McGinley back to his stance. And the pitch fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes to McGinley. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, and it's through the hole and left. And there's now 2 men on for Malvern. And pinch hitting for Stead there was Andrew Policiata. So now Policiata on first and Davis on second. So now Grant Kennedy coming to the plate for Malvern. McGinley took a step off the mound, now he's back. Kennedy ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. And it's taken down low for ball 1. First and second, 1 out for the Firebird defense.
For me, it's the only way because I don't have any friends. I don't go out. I don't smoke with them. I don't go out.
McGinley looks back to second. The throw home, and it's for a strike. One ball, 1 strike to Grant Kennedy. And the pitch from McGinley. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. McGinley looking for his 6th strikeout as the reliever. And the 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the inside corner. McGinley now has 6 strikeouts, and there's 2 outs in the top of the 5th with 2 men on for Malvern.
They say it is, but I never had any problems with it online. Every time I went to go meet the person online.
So now it's John Holt, the leadoff man, back at the plate. Problem is Drew Kennedy pinch hitting for John Holt, and Kennedy fouls it back. Kennedy back into the box. 7-0 Malvern leads in the top of the 5th with men on first and second and 2 outs. The pitch from McGinley taken in the dirt for a ball. Tate Davis sits on second, and the pinch hitter Policiata sits on first. Kennedy ready for the next delivery. Activity in both bullpens, and the pitch from McGinley. Taken up and in. McGinley stutters his feet around the mound. Gets back into position. And so does Kennedy. McGinley into his stance. And the pitch to Kennedy. Swung on, hit well. Right center field is going to be brought back in by the wind, and it's sliding catch in center field to get out of the inning for the Firebirds. And that is Aiden Robbins in center making the catch for out number 3. So we're through 4.5 innings. We're to the bottom of the 5th. It's Malvern Prep 7, Holy Ghost Prep 0. So Gonglik leads off the inning for the Firebirds, who trail 7-0. And the first pitch is fouled back. Gonglik back into the box. He struck out his first time up. Sorry, it's not Gonglik. This is Kalak, and Kalak flies out to left. And after Kalak's fly out, it brings up KJ Freeband, who will be replaced by Baker. And the pitch from Kennedy is taken low for ball 1. And the pitch again taken high. Pitch again comes from McGinley, and again it's down low. Forget another ball. So Baker pinch hitting for Freeband, looking to give the Firebirds an offensive spark in the 5th. And the pitch taken down the middle for a strike, and the count now 2-2. DJ Peterson remains on the mound for Malvern. And the pitch swung on, chopped. It's going to stay fair on the left field side. Or never mind, it will not. It will just trickle foul. And Baker goes back to home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes to Baker. And the pitch. And taken, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Baker. And it's taken high for ball 4. and Baker walks to put a man on first and 1 out. So in between at bats, we'll give a shout out to HGPTV's Instagram, _HGPTV_. Everyone make sure to go follow that. You'll be notified when there's upcoming broadcast and or game in general for any of the Firebirds major sports. And it's a good thing to follow if you're going to keep watching these broadcasts, which I highly recommend you do. So it's now Noah McDermott, the second baseman, at the plate. And I'll take low for ball 1. Baker will have a pinch runner. So left fielder Walsh, who was the hero on the last broadcast, with a walk-off throwing error for the Firebirds to win 3-2. And he was looked back to first. He got back safely. Now the pitch swung, ground ball over to short. Glove hand play again. They looked for 2. It's a haywire throw off the top of the fence. Walsh thought about going 3, but he plays it safe and stays at 2. McDermott stays at 1. And the Firebirds have been on first and second with 1 out. So with that error made by the shortstop on the throw, it now brings up Aiden Robbins, the center fielder and leadoff hitter for HGP. And that'll be it for DJ Peterson. So Peterson goes 4 1/3, doesn't allow a run, didn't allow a hit to the last inning. And HGP hopes to take advantage of the bullpen of Malvern. It's the Friars 7, the Firebirds 0 in the bottom of the 5th with a man on first and second and 1 out. And we'll be back after this quick pitcher warm-up. So the Firebirds are threatening once again on offense. They have men on first and second, and their leadoff hitter at the plate in Aiden Robbins. Robbins 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. Looking to change that here. A new pitcher comes on from Malvern Prep. It's a senior, number 11, Ryan Davis. Davis ready. So is Robbins. And the pitch. Taken for a strike.
Does he announce all the games? Or, do you hear him on TV?
The second pitch to that bat is taken a little inside by Robbins off the delivery from Davis.
Does he do the away games too, or just home?
1 ball, 1 strike to Robbins. Davis ready. And the pitch. Swung on, popped off the top of the cage and foul. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Robbins. Swung on, popped, foul. Over near the field house and off the top of the field house. I think it stuck up there too. I didn't see it come down. I was like, it might be stuck on top of the field house. One ball, 2 strikes remains the count. Robbins ready in the pitch. Taken for strike 3. Robbins' his second strikeout of the game. And his second out of the bottom of the 5th for Malvern Prep's defense. Davis ready with 2 outs and men on first and second. And the pitch swung on, fouled back into the glove. And Acosta down the count 0-1. 7-0 Malvern Prep leads here in the bottom of the 5th. HGP with 2 men on, looking to change the game a little bit. Acosta swung on a line drive, off the glove at second base. And a wild throw. 1 run is going to score, and HGP avoids the shutout on the haywire throw, looking to get Acosta at first. It was his second baseman, Tim Dickinson, who made a great play at the end of the 4th inning to evade a run. And now gives up a run, and the Firebirds have it 7-1 with men on first and second yet again. So to the throwing error, it's Matt Goldenbaum coming to the plate. And the first pitch is taken, swung on a miss for strike 1. Sorry, it's not Goldenbaum, it's Accord at the plate. And Accord 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And he chases in the dirt again for strike 2. The 2 swinging strikes for Accord. He's down the count 0-2 with men on first and second and 2 outs for HGP. And the pitch from Davis. Swing and a miss, he got him. 3 straight swinging strikes by Accord. The Firebirds get out of the inning scoring 1, but will it be enough? We get to the top of the 6th inning, and it's 7-1 Malvern. But before we cut off, we'll go over our recent stats once again. The Firebirds looking to continue a 4-game win streak as they beat Northeast 11-1, and then on 3 straight days beat Archbishop Ryan 12-8, WPC 3-2, and Ben Salem 8-3. So it's William Penn Charter is WPC. So Ryan, William Penn Charter, and Ben Salem all fall in HGP this week, and we'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Can the Firebirds come back? We will see. It's 7-1 Malvern Prep with 2 to go. So leading off in the top of the 6th for Malvern Prep is the second baseman, Tim Dickinson. And Dickinson takes in the dirt for ball 1. So we apologize. We can only give you the one camera angle at home plate for the moment. We seem to have some blocking by multiple fans in front of the tripod, or maybe not anymore. So we were having camera difficulties. Now they seem to be solved. The Dickinson's. And the pitch from Hubbard is taken for a strike. So the home plate camera lagging a little bit because of some people standing in front of the transporter around the batter's box. The transmitter. I'm off today. And Hubbard with a strikeout. His first varsity strikeout on a broadcast so far. And Alex Hubbard, the sophomore, making a name for himself here in the 6th inning. So that brings up Trey Tiffin, who has 2 home runs today and a double play. He has 5 of the 7 RBIs for Malvern Prep. And Alex Hubbard looks to knock him down. Pitch to Tiffin. Taken high for ball. And Hubbard's went a line drive just foul on the left field side and into the shrubbery near the home run fence. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Hubbard ready. And the pitch. Swung on, chopper, foul. Off the fence and left. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Baker comes out to have a brief talk with Hubbard in between the mound and home plate. Firebird's 3rd mound visit of the game. Only 1 for Malvern. Sorry, only 2 for Malvern. Tiffin looking for his 3rd home run of the game. The count is at 2-2. Hubbard shakes off the sign. Now he has it. And the pitch. Swung on, chops foul. Off the left side of the batter's box. Or sorry, batting cage. There's some activity in the Malvern Prep bullpen. As Will Oshell, the sophomore, warming up. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, pop over the top of the cage, foul again. Two and 2 the count to Tiffin. And the pitch from Hubbard. Swung on, fouled back again. The 2-2 pitch from Hubbard. Swung on, line drive, and it's a great play at short, but no throw will go. as it was Gongo who couldn't get up through the turf in time, and it is Tiffin working an infield hit after the long at bat against Alex Hubbard. So man on first, 1 out for HGP. Again, we apologize for technical difficulties because we have people standing in front of the transmitter behind the home plate camera. The pitch from Hubbard a little high. Okay.
Just try it before I leave.
All right.
Just when it goes to
Yeah.
that's a school quarter.
What team is that?
Oh.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
No, don't put that.
Oh, yeah.
Go to hit this cam. Switch. It's in caps.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. There we go. Good. All right. And the pitch from Hubbard swung on and missed. And the count now 2-2 to Clark. I'm good. Hubbard looks back to first again. And the pitch. Taken up high, and it's full count. The pitch from Hubbard taken for strike 3 on the outside corner. And Alex Hubbard has a second strikeout of the inning. So Clark strikes out, and it's now left fielder Jake Bauer, who has 3 strikeouts today, coming to the plate. And the pitch from Hubbard is taken for a strike. The pitch from Hubbard, ground ball foul off the left field fence and out of play.
Where was it that you met her at? Where's that? State's that is? Jersey?
Hubbard ready at the mound again. 7-1, Malvern leads the top of the 6th. And they check back the runner's Trey Tiffin, the designated hitter, on first. Hubbard sits again, throws back to first again, and Tiffin back safely. Bauer ready again. And it's a wild pitch, and Tiffin will get to second easily. And the pitch is fouled down the left field side, out of play. So Hubbard ready again. Bauer at the plate. And the pitch. Taken low for ball. The pitch on the way from Hubbard. Taking the dirt for ball 4. And Malvern now has 2 men on after Matt Cyrus walks. The senior catcher commit to Lehigh. And now Malvern will get a pinch runner. And coming on to do so would be Cam Paquette. It's now Jack Stead, the shortstop at the plate for Malvern. And the pitch taken for a strike. Hubbard looks back to first. Now throws home. And the pitch taken a little inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from Hubbard. Hubbard ready on the mound. And the pitch. Taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's Feliciata batting for Stead. And Feliciata ready to go. Hubbard's 1-2 pitch. Taking just a bit inside for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes from Hubbard. The pitch taken a little high for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, now the count. And the pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the inside corner. Alex Hubbard strikes out the side, and the 5 at the bottom of the 6th still down just 6. It's Malvern Prep 7, Holy Ghost Prep 1, with 1.5 innings left to play. So Matt Goldenbaum lead it off for the Firebirds here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Firebirds trail by 6-7-1 to Malvern Prep. Looking to go on the offensive attack in the last 2 innings. And Goldenbaum swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Goldenbaum backs out of the box. And the pitch taken in the dirt for ball 1. And the pitch Goldenbaum takes down low for a strike. A strong ground ball over the left side and foul. Out of play on the wrong side of third base. Goldenbaum set again. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up, hooking towards the foul line and foul on the left field side. It was Rindell pinch hitting for Goldenbaum. Rindell the one at bat at the moment. There's a pitching change in between innings. Now Will O'Shell, number 12, on the mound for Malvern Prep. The pitch and Rindell takes up high. And the count now full. And a full count pitch to Rindell. Swung on, hit well, and it's going to get into the gap in right center. A little one hop the wall. Rindell rounding first. He's going to get into second, standing up. And the Firebirds have a good start to the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a leadoff double for Rindell. And they have man on second, nobody out. Gonglook, the shortstop, now at the plate. The pitch, Gonglook fouls one on the left field side. And it hit a car and just completely shattered the back windshield. That was probably the worst spot on the car it could have hit. I have never seen that before. The back windshield was just completely destroyed. Okay, wow. So Gonglook, in addition to owing a man a windshield, is now down 0-1. And a wild pitch, Rindell. And did they get him at third? They did. Rindell tried to steal on the pass ball. And there's now 1 out and no men on. And a big change for HGP. The owner of the car has not come out yet, it appears. And the pitch taken for a strike from O'Shell. The pitch from O'Shell. Taken in the dirt. Gonglick ready. O'Shell remains at the mound. And the pitch to Gonglick. In the dirt.
No, it's not, but still. I wouldn't want to be that kid.
3 balls to Gonglick.
Of course it's not his fault. But still.
And the pitch. So on Chopper, back to the mound, gets past the mound, dying at third. What a play, got him.
Almost had a collision.
Gonglick did a great job avoiding a collision with the first baseman, Tage Davis. And that was an incredible play at third by John Holt to get it to Davis just in time. And there's now 2 outs, so that brings up Amadi, the first baseman. Where Amadi appears to have a pinch hitter. And it is Rosado as a pinch hitter. And Rosado, a line drive to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. A 2-out single for Rosado. And the Firebirds yet again have man on. So after a Rosado single, it brings up Kalak. And Kalak will take a strike. Sorry, take a ball.
That's a nice hit.
And now Kalak with a base hit to left field. It's going to stay fair. Rosado holds up at second. And there's men on first and second for HGP. Kalak 0 for 2 today with 2 pop-outs. Looking to get his first hit here where the Firebirds need it most. Sorry, it's not Kalak. It's now Baker at the plate. Baker will take strike 1. And a strong ground ball to the left side. Glove hand play it short, and he got him. Malvern works out of yet another inning. It's the bottom of the 6th, scoreless again for HGP. 7-1 Malvern Prep leads through 6. We head to the top of the 7th. Can the Friars top it off with 1 to go? So Alex Hubbard remains on the mound for HGP. His first pitch will be a pass to ball for ball 1. Hubbard struck out the side in the top of the 6th. Looking to do the same here in the top of the 7th. Thinking the Firebirds the one last chance to make up a 6-run deficit. It's Tague Davis leading it off, and Davis crushes one way back to right, and it's foul. That would have been Tague Davis' second home run of the game if it was about 5 feet to the right, or 5 feet to the left. And again, Davis is under one, carrying to left center and caught at the wall. Oh, it was. That's a home run. The center fielder, Aiden Robbins, went full send, had the ball in his glove, and it popped out as he hit the fence, and he is down behind the fence. What an incredible effort by Aiden Robbins, but to no avail as Tague Davis makes it an 8-1 game. Robbins still down, now will get up, but he took a shot on that post.
Oh, forget it. He'd still be on the ground.
So Robbins gets up under his own power, and he'll remain in center field. So it is indeed a home run for Tague Davis, his second of the game, and it's now him and Trey Tiffin, both with multi-home run games today for Malvern Prep. And they have been the reason for all 8 RBIs today for the Friars. So that brings up Policiata. And he'll take a ball down low. So Andrew Policiata, the sophomore infielder. So a sophomore on sophomore match is Alex Hubbard. Looks to strike him out as he did the side in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the second pitch is swung on, fouled back. So 2 balls and 1 strike now the count to Policiata. No outs and no men on after the home run by Tague Davis. Hubbard looking to rebound. And fires one just a little bit high for ball 3. Three balls, and that one is hit deep to center. That one's going to be way gone. A pinch hit home run for the sophomore Andrew Policiata. Back-to-back jacks for the Friars of Malvern Prep, and it's now quickly 9-1.
5 home runs. I never watched a game with 5 home runs in a game. Never. I don't even think I saw a game in the pros that had 5 home runs in a game. That's gotta be a record. That's gotta be a record.
So the 5th home run of the game hit by the Friars of Malvern Prep. And they don't seem to be slowing down as they still have nobody out. And Hubbard's first pitch is a little high again for ball 1. The second pitch is in the same spot for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes, the count to Grant Kennedy. And the pitch taken for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Kennedy. Hubbard remains on the mound. And the pitch fouled back. The next pitch finds the top of the zone, and that's strike 3. Alex Hubbard with 4 strikeouts. And all 4 defensive outs the team has recorded under his pitching have been via his strikeout. So 4 strikeouts for Hubbard, and it brings to the top of the order in John Holt, and pinch hitting for him is Drew Kennedy. And Kennedy will take a strike at the bottom of the zone. The pitch from Hubbard is down low for a ball. And the count now evens at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hubbard ready again. So is Kennedy. And the pitch taken inside for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kennedy. Now the pitch taken in the dirt. And the count now evens up it again at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kennedy. Hubbard looking for his 5th strikeout. And 2-2 pitch. Taken a little bit high for ball 3. Three balls and 2 strikes. Kennedy ready again. Malvern Prep leads 9-1 here in the top of the 7th. And the pitch from Hubbard, swung on line drive, hits the turf, and over to second, and that's out number 2 in the top of the 7th. It clipped the back of the turf. Noah McDermott fielded it off 1 hop. And there's now 2 outs in the top of the 7th, as that brings up Tim Dickinson. So Dickinson ready. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch taken low for ball 2. Pitch swung on, fouled back. Hubbard looking to battle back after allowing back-to-back home runs off of Tage Davis and Andrew Policiata. Pitch again, taken outside for a ball, and the count now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Dickinson. And the pitch. Small ground ball over the right side, fielded by McDermott, throws to first in time. The Firebirds get out of the inning, but the damage is done. Back-to-back home runs by Tage Davis and Andrew Policiata extend the Friars' lead to 8. It's 9-1 going to the bottom of the 7th. Do the Firebirds have some serious magic left in them, or will it be a dominant win by Malvern Prep? We will soon find out. 3 outs to go for HGP's offense. Can they do something here? So Noah McDermott will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for HGP. And the first pitch taken at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 9-1 Malvern Prep leads here in the final half inning of the game. And the second pitch of the at-bat taken on the outside corner for strike 2. And McDermott quickly down the count 0-2. That's pretty good. And the third pitch of the at-bat goes haywire, up and out. And it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that one taken on the inside corner for strike 3. McDermott down looking. There's now 2 outs left for the Firebirds to make something useful. So Aiden Robbins, center fielder, who made a diving to catch attempt in center field, was down for a minute and then got back up, will now take an at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 out, no man on. The first pitch is taken high for a ball. Pitch number 2, taking the bottom of the zone for strike 1, and the count 1-1. One ball, one strike. And the pitch taken on the inside corner before a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Robbins. Robbins just struck out twice and grounded out once. And the 2-1 taken on the inside corner again, this time for a strike. And the count now 2-2. Swung on, hit well. Right center field's going to get down into the gap. Aiden Robbins with his first hit of the game. He's flying to second, and he'll get there standing up. The Fibers now have a man on in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they're hoping it's the start of something offensive. One out and a man on second for HGP. And the Firebirds will get a pinch hitter up. And the first pitch taken for a strike. So for the Firebirds, it's number 3 pinch hitting, not on my roster for today. But they have a pinch hitter at the plate. So no balls, 1 strike to count. Now Malvern probably take a step off the mound. Okay, for the mid-inning pitching change, it'll be the junior Jack Plose on the mound for Malvern. The pitch from Plose, swing and a miss. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. HGP down to their final out with a man on second. Could be 10 seconds. Two outs in the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to hit him. And the Firebirds get a man on first with a hit by pitch. That's the left fielder Walsh who pinch hit. And it's now Walsh on first, Robbins on second. So that brings up Rindau. That pitch taken outside for a ball. Rindau ready for his 1-0 pitch. Taken up high for ball or strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch taken outside again for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Rindau ready. And the pitch taken low for ball 3. Count now of 3-1 to Rindau. The 3-1 pitch popped up off the top of the cage, and HGP down to their final strike. And the pitch taken low for ball 4. The Firebirds have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. So after the walk, the bases are now loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th for HGP. And that brings up the shortstop, Gonglick. The pitch. Gonglick takes it inside for a strike. The Firebirds have had threatening positions on the bases so far today. They've only been able to capitalize once and only got 1 run out of it. And Gonglick takes a little more inside this time for ball 1. And the count evens up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count to Gonglick. And the pitch. Taken up and in.
Is that a strike? Did he say strike?
2 balls, 1 strike to pitch. Is a count to Gonglick. And the pitch. Taken in the dirt for ball 3. (9-1) Malvern Prep here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The bases are loaded for HGP with 2 outs. And the pitch. Taken on the top of the zone, strike 3. Gonglick down looking, and that is how the game will come to an end. So 7 innings down, none to go. Malvern Prep dominates HGP and ends the 4-game win streak by a final score of 9-1. So that'll do it for today's broadcast. Again, your final score from HGP, it is Malvern Prep 9, Holy Ghost Prep 1.
Holy Ghost Prep ties it up.
Holy Ghost is on the move.
Yeah, Firebirds had a lot of momentum.
Right from the jump for the Firebirds, who look really good.